What's up, everybody? Welcome to Ergo's weekly developer update. Today is January 2nd, 2022. So happy New Year to everybody out there. We're going to be shooting a video with Alex in the next week, kind of covering the major events of 2021, what we learned, what we can improve, and what we want to do moving forward. We're in a good position to grow the Ergo network. We have a lot of community engagement, and we're really at a point where what we need to focus on as a network is getting software development tools and frameworks laid out, get documentation together to where we have composability and a path for developers to come and build on our network without having to reinvent the wheel. So I'm going to throw that out there to the community that let's make that one of our, let's say, goals, New Year's resolution for the Ergo network, to create a path where a new developer can come into the Ergo network, has documentation, toolkits, and frameworks available to quickly use composability. You know, it's a new smart contract model, extended UTXO. So there's going to be a certain, let's just say, initial integration period where our focus needs to be putting that foundation together. And once we develop momentum, the barrier of entry becomes lower and lower and lower. And as a result, we see acceleration and development. That benefits everybody. So I know that there's been talk of a community DAO funded by projects that are building on the Ergo platform. I think that is the best place to start the focus of having multiple development teams contributing to that type of open source tooling and framework. Because composability really is a part of the magic of open source systems. And being that we have a new smart contract framework, building that initially needs to be a high priority. You know, some people will say, EVM is ahead of extended UTXO. And I think that's the wrong word. It's older. It's older. So, naturally it is more developed. In terms of the benefits of extended UTXO, I think they're baked into the model itself. And as we age and as we create this, let's say, foundational knowledge that everybody can use to build on top of extended UTXO, we will see acceleration in development. Just because it's younger, doesn't necessarily mean it's not the valuable way to put smart contracts together. I see a lot of benefit there. So let's dive into the weekly update. First, we start with ErgoLend. ErgoLend actually sent their project manager, Chris Ray, onto Ergo Pulse, a little YouTube show that Dan Friedman and I do to kind of highlight things that are being built on the Ergo ecosystem. That should be coming out this week. It looks like they have rewritten their single lender smart contract. Essentially what that does is it puts the power in the hands of the person that is seeking to borrow money. So if you go as a borrower to get a loan, you're at the mercy of whoever is going to be loaning you money. You have limited ability to set your own interest rate. And so ErgoLend is trying to build a platform that empowers microfinance from the side of the people that are actually in need of microloans, which is pretty neat. They also have an educational initiative called ErgoLearn, which is going to cover UTXO, and they have admitted their first batch of students, which is pretty cool to see. Next, we have CloudScope. CloudScope is building spiders to kind of crawl through the Ergo network and gather analytics and report on the size of the networks. It looks like so far they have collected some data on 265 mainnet nodes. Their backend server is complete and has been deployed, and it looks like they're working on the front end interface for, let's say, data reporting. That is pretty cool to see. We do have some additional wallets that are being built, and hopefully we can get this 265 significantly higher. I think we just need to focus on lowering the barrier of entry for new node operators, so they have the ability to spin one up with minimal technical knowledge. And community tutorials are a big way to assist with that. Next, we hear from greenhat. It looks like they're still working on creating the SPV NIPoPoW node that hopefully will get us to the point of an ultralight client, being able to bootstrap from a UTXO set. That is going to rapidly accelerate how quickly people can spin up light nodes in our ecosystem. Definitely something to watch. Next, we hear from Alex. We have the Ergo node reference 4.0.19. Everyone, please update to that. We had a couple of rapid fire reference clients this week, just because it looked like the Ergo tree, needed a little bit of extra love from 4.0.18. So I know Alex was up late at night getting that to where it needed to be. So thank you for that, Alex. I know going to bed at 6 a.m. is never fun, but he's an animal when it comes to development. Next, we hear from soysor. Looks like he has some updates on Wallet X. They've added the sign in, sign out user flow, the create account, the wallet restore and create user flow. They've added address balances. So everyone, please check out the GitHub of Wallet X. Looks like they are exploring the setup for Ledger. That's still in development, being worked with the Tesseract team and Ergo. Hopefully we'll see that pulled into Yoroi. And from the looks of it, once it's pulled into Yoroi, it'll be pulled into multiple community wallets. I know that's a common question, when Ledger, and I hope soon. It's something that's out of my hands, but I would like to see that. Let's say it's a loose end from 2021 that we need to tie off and redirect as we move into 2022. Next, we hear from pragmaxim. He's working with Ergostate transaction improvements as, again, we move into the SPV NIPoPoW node. It's going to be a major step forward for the Ergo ecosystem. And I'll talk to Alex about that when I get him on for the 2022 intro video. Next, we have a Ergo NFT gallery that's being put together. Those of you that hold a lot of NFTs, I'm definitely going to be interested in checking out that GitHub, checking out the sample. ENFT sounds good for Ergo NFTs. Next, we hear from monyedavid. And happy holidays to you too. Looks like he resolved 2 issues with the Explorer API. Next we hear from Apextheory. This week he fixed up and reviewed some comments and Interlink batch Merkle proofs. He's also started the equivalent proof of work header implementation on sigmaverse side. Next we hear from morphic. He's finalizing version 5.0, and we have some testnet testing going on. It looks like he's created 6 new PRs for review. Has updated the 5.0 finalization roadmap. They're working on a couple of ScoreX SigmaState issues. And he's also reviewing things from the community, helping out the Ergo Foundation on a couple of developer tasks. Is putting Sigma v5 in testnet, and is working on a blog for just-in-time costing. It looks like the sigmaverse team as a whole is moving forward with NIPoPoW proof verifications, Merkle tree supports. Very nice. Looks like we hear from MHS Sam. He's working on susy. The bridge is done on the Ergo side and is being tested in our local net. There's some improvements and optimizations while they're playing with it. We also have another team that's working on the other side of the bridge, the susy team. It looks like they're almost finished, but took some time off over the holidays. We'll hear from them January 2nd and try to accelerate things on their side to get that bridge operational. It looks like Alex has a path for the reference client 4.0.20. That will include updates to the Ergo node, Ergo fund, and Sigma. That looks like he's handing out some tasks to developers to push us in that direction. Next we have Captain Nemo. The Nautilus code was made open source. They've started a dry dock program, which is private testing. That looks like they're testing their sync engine, so how the wallet updates itself from the blockchain. I believe that's done with the public key, so there's no actual spending capabilities yet. It's just syncing with wallet balances. Looks like they are also working on creating transactions that do not reuse UTXOs, so they're a little bit more private. One thing they'll probably have to do is create a mechanism to kind of batch collect and put UTXOs back into a single UTXO, just to prevent too much fragmentation and potential dust issues. But that's nice to see. After that, we have MrStahlfelge. Benjamin is going to be with us full time. I have seen his wallet roadmap for, I think, the next 3 months, and it's impressive. Good things are coming with the wallet on Apple and on Android. On the iOS store, we have a bottleneck that's kind of on me. Basically, we need a DUNS, which is a type of number from Singapore that the Apple Store wants in order to list an app. Let's say in their store, there's a couple of things we need to catch up on in order to qualify for that. So On the business side, I am trying to get things, let's say, ready for him so we can pull that out of test flight and put it in the official Apple Store. He's working with Ergo Improvement Protocol or Proposal, 25, which is a payment scheme between dApps and mobile wallets. It's been called ErgoPay, and having that implemented will make dApp interaction in our ecosystem a much better experience. So that's something to really look forward to. Really happy to have Benjamin on full time. He's done great things. Next we have Anon Burr, who is our developer from Ergo. Well, he's actually from Ergo. He works with Ergo, but same difference. He's working on the ledger integration. Hopefully we see that in January. Next we have Code for Us. He's created a Scala CLI project to test DexyUSD. It looks like he's working on swapping contracts. DexyUSD is actually kind of a neat stablecoin. You have a lot of algorithmically balanced stablecoins in the space. DexyUSD is actually a trader balanced. So the mechanism to create stability is incentive. If there's profit to be had on one side or the other to assist in the stability of price between the minting contract and the DEX, it's something people can arbitrage, trade, and potentially profit from. So it's trader balanced. It's kind of a unique setup. I'm excited to see it in action. Next, we hear from Ilya. He's been working on the ErgoDex development strategy this week and setting up a seamless pipeline on the Cardano side for the Haskell developers. ErgoDex had some UI updates recently where they added statistics, liquidity positions, total locked value, 24-hour volume, just basic metrics that traders want to see as they interact with that type of DEX. Looks like they've also improved the user experience in swap settings and can choose their slippage rate more. And they have finished a new framework to work with tokens on the ErgoDex front end. It looks like their research team is working on APY, APR calculations for their pools to compare ErgoDex with a wider range of DeFi products. I hope that in 2022 we see another DEX come online in Ergo and give ErgoDex a run for their money, right? Competition is good here. Now it looks like Alex and Ilya are having a short discussion about potentially putting the entire interface of the Dexy stablecoin in ErgoDex. And, I think either having it in a single wallet, which I believe Nautilus wallet is trying to do, or a single application like ErgoDex is really the best place, because if the stablecoin itself is built on arbitrage, you need traders to have a seamless user experience on both sides, both trades involved. That will incentivize arbitrage, which helps with balance in this model. Looks like I got in front of myself with Captain Nemo and Nautilus, but yeah, that's the way to go, in my opinion. All right. Looks like Lato Pixel's been busy. I hope you had a good holiday and New Year. Luivatra Same story. It's Christmas time. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your friends. Looks like he's been working with ErgoPad. I believe it's a airdrop. The vesting period and setup for how they're going to have a pre-sale with their tokens is what he's been working on. Which is good to see. That's something that relatively new on the Ergo ecosystem. And whenever you create a new framework like that, if it's composable, that's a valuable framework. Perhaps another dApp or developer can use in the future. It looks like sigmaverse is getting a new layout with different tabs to make the user experience a little bit easier. So please check out the updated sigmaverse once it's live. Next we hear from GetBlok. That's our community mining pool that is really pushing, I would say, the capacities of what mining pools usually do. They've started their contracts on subpooling and integrating it with their smart pool system. They've got some improvements on their dashboard user interface. Looks like they have spun up a new mining pool server that just helps people that are closer to that particular server mine with lower latency. They've actually done a really good job of increasing coverage. Looks like they've completed their smart pool roadmap, issued Hive OS to include Brazil and Middle Eastern regions. It looks like they have GetBlok.io swag shop, so those of you in the community that want to represent, check out their little store. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen it yet. I will later. And it looks like they are also working on proof of work voting tokens, creating a method to allow their community to be heard with the latest soft fork proposal. Once that is a little closer and I have more information about what pools support yes or no for the soft fork, I'm going to do my best to push that out to the community so everybody has a choice. They know where they point their hash rate and what they support. That's important in this type of governance situation. Transparency, making sure that everybody at least has the option to have their voice heard, have their vote matter, have their hash power pointed in the right direction. Next, we hear from Anon Real. He's working on Ergo Team, which is going to be a pretty interesting application from the look of it. Has the potential to do airdropping, joint spending. It looks like it's a pretty powerful DAO framework that we can build on. It's one of those things that really has the ability to offer value to anybody who builds a project on Ergo. It looks like we'll have some more concrete updates next week, so I look forward to that. Now, one thing I did want to get into is we do have a new desktop wallet. Sat Ergo is the name of it. So this is an update from Adberg, who is a cat on our Telegram. Also a developer cat. Made Sat Ergo wallet. This is version 0.0.1. I believe it has been updated to 0.0.2. It's a new desktop wallet for Ergo that allows you to control everything and not rely on browser based wallets. It allows for safekeeping on your desktop, or you can do a live USB operating system as an example. This is for beginners. A lot of people have said, hey, it's not within my skill set to spin up a node. And SatErgo breaks that down into an easy process. The program allows for remote nodes and supports them equally. It's written in Java. It looks like there are features that are planned in their GitHub. You can check that out. So, satergo.com. You can download it on a variety of operating systems. And you can check out the source code at GitHub. And if you're up to it, donate to Adberg. He accepts Ergo, Monero, Bitcoin. It's really nice to see this type of tool. So check it out. All right, everybody. I'll talk to you soon.